Fitness Routine, and Nicole Warburg, the winner of the Miss Figure Fame 2007 and the Miss Fitness. She was back to defend both her titles. By the time the Miss Fitness Routine category was to be judged, the points had started stacking up and the leading contenders for the various titles were starting to show up and out. Jeffrey and Mindy both talked about the body pride phenomena in the build-up to the South African competition, and the SA women certainly took it to heart, not to mention body. It was showtime. There was amazing talent, creative and memorable routines, feats of strength, flexibility displays that made the audience in KwaZulu-Natal gasp. Don't forget the perfectly sculpted physiques and fittest and hottest models from right around Southern Africa. The men's natural bodybuilding category then hit the heaving stage at the Sibaya Casino, and these big guys sacrifice an immense amount of things to look like this. They eat at least 5 times a day, if not more, every 2 to 3 hours. They check kilojoules and kilograms with ardor, which lives right next door to fanaticism, and they work out with maximum efficiency, center the weights around compound movements for the big muscles. Leading off the Pro Fitness Model Sportswear section, Fame's Miss Lean Body, Cindy McAlpine. Fame is the acronym for Fitness, Athletes, Models and Entertainment. And when South Africa's top fitness models hit the stage in their sportswear, the crowd was loud enough to lift the roof. It was hot and sweaty stuff. Fitness specialists, fitness freaks and everything else in between. And the talent certainly hit a few big home runs. Competitors were making it tough for the judges, and that's the way it's supposed to be. WNSO is inspiring athletes who choose to take the moral and physical high road when it comes to training and nutrition, with no human growth hormone or anabolic steroids to shortcut this tough journey. They were as young as 20, while others topped 30. Mothers, personal trainers, fitness pros, a professional dancer, and the lineup even featured a photographer. When the judges called the 11 women to the front for the pose-off, it was an eye-candy feast.
While you're on stage, you're on stage. This is what you were prepared for, and this is the time to be able to show it. And the judging is based on ranking between all the athletes. So constantly you're being compared. And what we're going to see tonight is the athletes being compared, and you're going to see a lot of movement among the athletes. And that's from the judge's perspective, being able to position the athletes in a way that you could properly assess the same height and same physique structures. So at all times you're on stage, because as we are looking at the 3 or 4 in the front, the 5 or 6 at the back may be called forward.
Because each judge has their own subjective opinion as well. One judge may want to see something to highlight it to the other judges, so that we're all kind of sharing the opinion at the end on who should be ranked in the first place, second place, and third place positionings.
In the men's Pro Fitness Model Sportswear category, it was gloves off, if you'll pardon the pun. It was down to the nitty-gritty. Several of the athletes got their pro cards at the Dis-Chem Exercise Awards, which has opened a great amount of doors for the men and women who have chosen this as their profession. A lot of the competitors start off as avid gym buffs, but then they discover that the intense training produces results, and they start thinking about taking their newly gained fitness to the next level. That's when competitions such as these start beckoning. Seasoned fitness competitors and first-timers alike all lined up to get a foot, albeit a well-developed one, into the door of the competitive fitness scene. Due to its label of natural training, these men don't quite acquire the extreme physiques of bodybuilders, but they still impressively developed and projected well. The swimwear category was hotly contested, and as a tribute to the Olympic Games in Beijing, the ladies twirled out the umbrellas. The South African organisers and athlete promoter Joanna Rossi and her new sponsors Muscle Science almost tripled the entry list this year, and it's certainly a great boost to the local industry. The prize money would also enable SA competitors to strut their stuff on the stages of the world, opening up even more opportunities for the local talent. Cindy McAlpine was a runner-up last year and wanted to go one better this time round, while Louise van Rensburg hails from Tableview in Cape Town, and she's a famed National Pro fitness model. Bernadette Bayer, a show promoter herself, a nutritionist from Cape Town. Cindy Ellis, the winner of the 07 Exergise Awards, received her pro card from that event. She's a photographer. While Marianne Breitenbach is a personal trainer and she works in Centurion. Bernice Ross, the winner from the Johannesburg Regional earlier this year, a teacher from Gauteng. Rianne Hall, believe it or not, a mother with 2 kids, having just placed 4th in the world in Canada in June. While Katja Papalado was one of FHM's world's sexiest top 100 women. Jolene Hugo won her pro card last year, and it's her 2nd time at the Fame Nationals. Lee Murgatroyd won her pro card in the Pretoria division this year and placed 2nd at last year's Exergise Awards, while Brenda Bielefeld from Melville in Johannesburg lists her hobbies as gym and keeping active. And you certainly had to keep active to keep up with all this beauty. The judges started adding the finishing touches to their report cards as 23-year-old Rian Dami made his debut as a pro fitness model. Then 1.95 meter tall Neil du Plessis impressed with his form. Cape Town regional winner Sandile Phillips smiled his way into many hearts. Antonio Balan, the winner of the 07 Disc Game Exergise Awards. Joburg regional winner Gavin Perry had the crowd eating out of his hand. While Chris Latondo took a top 5 place in the Mr. South Africa pageant. KwaZulu-Natal's Brendan Cadman, a 3rd place winner in the National in 2007. Craig Grix, winner of last year's Muscle Model division. Cape Town's 31-year-old personal trainer Ozzy Voggett. And Marco Petrowski, the 22-year-old from Durban, one of the crowd favourites. And then Marius van der Walt, who trains at the Melrose Arch Virgin Active and weighs in at 84 kilograms. The jury was out, but the audience did not have too long to wait to hear the verdict.
What do we think? Can I get a number?
Finally, the results were announced, and Marco Petrowski was the Fitness Male Model Pro winner. In the Muscle Model Pro division, Matthew Fredericks took a well-deserved victory. The swimsuit model title went to Cindy McAlpine, and the Fitness Model Pro was taken by Rianne Hall as the lady with the best form on the night.
Thank you. The preparation was difficult, but paid off at the end of the day, and very appreciative of the prize. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to the wonderful sponsors, to the organisers. Thank you, Muscle Science. This is a wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much.
The 2008 Fame World Tour was brought to you by Muscle Science and Force Events.